Are you someone who just opens the command line like PowerShell or Command Prompt and Windows Terminal, you just run your commands and you close it? Well, Windows Terminal actually has a lot of customization options with custom profiles that get you into your flow a whole lot quicker. So this is going to be a deep dive all about Windows Terminal profiles. So let's get into it. So typically when we're launching our shells, we type like PowerShell, for example, and then that launches directly into Terminal. And then this is the experience we have. We just run our commands and we leave. But what some people don't notice is that there are some tab interactions here at the top. So first you can create a new tab with the plus button. And then there's this drop down with all of your PowerShell profiles. So Windows Terminal will detect the command line executables on your machine and automatically create profiles for you that run that executable. So for example, if we jump into settings and I head down to profiles on the left, and I jump into PowerShell, we could see that the command line that I'm running in this profile is PowerShell.exe or pwsh.exe. And these are all different for each profile. Now, if you just open Terminal, and I'm using Windows Terminal Canary, it launches PowerShell. But this is because PowerShell is set as my default profile. So back in settings, on the startup page here, so it's the first page you land on, there's default profile, and then this dropdown matches the dropdown that you have at the top. So I've selected PowerShell as my default, but you can pick any of your profiles as your default profile. So whenever you open Terminal, this will open first. Unless you've launched PowerShell or Command Prompt directly, those will open in Terminal, not the default profile. So the profiles aren't limited to just the command line executable that you're running. You could have multiple profiles that run the same exe, but have different properties to them. So obviously we have the name of the profile and then the command line that's running, but you can create profiles that start in different folders. So by default, Terminal will put you in the user profile, which is on Windows C:/users/your username. But I, for example, keep all of my repos in my dev drive, so it's going to be d:/, and then in a GitHub folder. So if I save this, and then launch this profile again, this is my default profile, so it'll just work with the plus button. Now it's automatically dropped me into d:/GitHub, so I can get right into my projects. And I can go one step further and point this profile to any one of my projects, and then just launch directly into that. So if you only have a few projects on your machine, you can create a profile for each one, and then just directly jump into them when you launch that profile. So another thing I want to point out about profiles is that you can have them automatically run as admin. And you can just turn this on. So when this is enabled and you click this profile in the dropdown, this profile will always launch as administrator. So we'll get a new window, and you can see that this is an admin window from the shield on the left, and now I'm in an elevated terminal. So if you have a project that requires administrative commands to be run, you could just set your profile to always run as admin, and then you can launch it directly without having to do the extra step of launching a separate terminal window. And one thing that a lot of people have asked for is to have an admin tab running side by side, non-elevated windows. So if this tab were in the window behind it. And Windows has a limitation of not allowing mixed elevation windows. So it's a security feature of Windows that doesn't allow for an admin tab to be set inside a non-admin window, for example. So all of your admin profiles can launch in your admin terminal and you don't have to worry about it, but you will have two windows if one of them isn't elevated or non-admin. And then if you're someone like me and you have a ton of profiles, maybe from Visual Studio or other things you've installed, you can hide them from the dropdown by just enabling this option here. And then if I hit save, now PowerShell doesn't appear in this dropdown. So, and if you don't want a profile to always run as admin, in the dropdown, if you hold Control and click on the profile on any one of them, it will launch it as administrator. So let's do it with PowerShell. Now I still have this shield running as admin and I'm in my elevated window, but now I'm in Windows PowerShell as compared to PowerShell 7, which I launched earlier. So if you want to create a new profile so you can have different ones running around that maybe point to the same thing, but one runs as admin or maybe one's opening in a new folder, we can come down to the bottom and select add a new profile. And I like to start from duplicating an existing profile. Starting from an empty profile you can do too, but it's easier if most of the fields are already filled in. So I like working with my PowerShell profile. I'm going to hit duplicate. And then let's say this is my admin one. I'll call it admin PowerShell and then enable the profile to always run as administrator, and I'm going to hit save. And then let's do one more. And I'm going to call this Power Toys because I want to point this at my Power Toys repo. And actually, I want to change the profile icon as well to be the Power Toys icon. So I'm grabbing it from my Power Toys repo. And I'll hit save here. So now I have my admin PowerShell and my Power Toys profiles loaded into my dropdown. Now, one thing I want to cover, since we're nearing the end of this video, is just a little bit more about the structure of these profiles. So defaults is always going to be at the top of this list. And these are settings that will apply to all of the profiles. So it kind of works like cascading style sheets, where this is going to take precedence over whatever terminal has as the default. So for example, let's just change the color scheme here to, let's just make it light theme so we can see it. So if I haven't changed any settings in any of these other ones, they will be 1/2 light. So let's see, I think I haven't messed with my Ubuntu. Yeah, so this is a light theme profile now. But if I wanted a profile specifically to be a different color scheme, so PowerShell, for example, I can set this to Solarized Dark, for example. So now PowerShell is going to be Solarized Dark. My Power Toys one that I didn't touch will be in that light theme that I just set in defaults. And if you want to change any of your settings back to the next lowest level of precedence, you can just hit these reset buttons. So for PowerShell, I have Solarized Dark. Now if I hit this back button, it changes it to 1/2 light because this is what's in defaults. So that was just a quick rundown of Windows Terminal profiles and how you can get started customizing them. I highly encourage you to create your own, especially ones that are project specific. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I have tons of Windows Terminal tips and tricks coming along the way. So if you are interested, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.